Aloha. I wanted to share um, observation of one of the old programs and go into the new program of like social conditioning, and this includes evolution. There are Darwinian evolution, monkey evolution, and the whole dinosaur dinosaur program that gets installed, and how they really want you to focus on this stuff. And I remember this is Fantasia from 1940. This came in those Disney clamshell cases. It was like all those clamshells were white. Fantasia was the only one that was a black case. I think there was another one but there was something else though. But for a long time, the only one was Fantasia. So it stands out. They want you to pay attention to this stuff, just like in this clip right now. This is a very structured. You see, he's very like, this is an orchestra. It's very like precise, and the kids don't really pay attention to Fantasia because it's boring. It's not like a regular Disney thing, but they want you to pay attention to this. That's why it was in a black case, and that's why he's getting ready to do, or they're getting ready to do what they're getting ready to do right now. This is the creation, their synthetic creation, evolution, dinosaur story that's getting ready to play right now, and you're gonna see what's happening so they can catch your attention. The first story is to get he's gonna introduce the whole thing, and the parents are gonna watch and listen. The kids are gonna be watching and listening to the parents and trying to listen to the story so they can be smart and understand their reality. And this is all to get your attention. So if you weren't paying attention to this film before this moment, they're getting ready to get your attention right now so you can listen to how important this is.
When Igor Stravinsky wrote his ballet, The Rite of Spring...
There it is. Like, that's totally out of place. And they want you to pay attention. That's not no mistake. They just want to get your attention going.
I repeat.
Back to
when Igor Stravinsky
the
wrote
important
his ballet,
story.
The Rite of Spring, his purpose was, in his own words, to express primitive life. And so Walt Disney and his fellow artists have taken him at his word. Instead of presenting the ballet in its original form, as a simple series of tribal dances, they have visualized it as a pageant, as the story of the growth of life on Earth.
This is it.
And that story,
these are
the
lords of creation.
Imagination. It's a coldly accurate reproduction of what science thinks
coldly
went on during the first few billion years of this planet's existence. Science, not art, wrote the scenario of this picture.
Science story.
According to science, the first living things here were single-celled organisms.
According to science.
Tiny little white or green
This is your reality they're talking about.
That lived under the water. And then, as the ages passed, the oceans began to swarm.
You came from a green blob of nothing.
Finally, after about 1 billion years, certain fish, more ambitious than the rest,
and after 1 billion years,
became the first amphibians.
You turned into an amphibian.
And then, several 100 million years ago, nature went off on another tack and produced the dinosaurs.
Then the dinosaurs.
Now, the name dinosaur comes from two Greek
with
words,
small brains,
meaning terrible lizard.
Terrible.
And they certainly were all
angry.
They came in all shapes and sizes.
Gangsters, he's getting ready to say.
Crawling horrors about the size of a chicken to
chicken.
100-ton
chickens evolved from dinosaurs, so you know,
bright.
Lock it in now.
Even the biggest of them had only the brain of a pigeon.
Bright
they
brain.
Lived in the air and the water, as well as on
science
land.
Is all about the brain.
As a rule, they were vegetarians, rather amiable and easy to get along with. However,
so this is the implant for the brain and evolution.
The worst of the lot,
and Lucy is going to implant
Rex was probably the meanest
time
that ever roamed
and
the
dimensions.
Earth.
That's what's coming up
the
next.
Dinosaurs were lords of creation.
That's
for
what
about
CERN and everything.
Years.
And that's what Lucy's going to sell in with the computers
we don't exactly
and
know what happened.
So they don't know.
Some scientists think that great droughts and earthquakes turned the whole world into a
chaos.
Gigantic dust bowl.
That's what he's saying.
In any case,
all.
The dinosaurs were wiped out.
Oh, so it's just a mystery. Now the dinosaurs don't exist. We don't know what happened. So now we're just here.
There was no life at all on Earth. Nothing but clouds of steam, boiling seas, and exploding volcanoes. So now, imagine yourselves out in space.
So this is it. We came from boiling volcanoes.
Looking down on this
No kind
lonely,
of
tormented little planet,
divine
spinning through an empty sea
involvement.
of nothingness.
So they saw this, and now this is for the kids to fall asleep or listen to this and pay attention to the, oh, this is the cartoon coming up. This is for me. This is when the dinosaurs are coming in and everything. So I'll fast forward through this so you can see what's going on here. They're selling. So this is the galaxy. They show you your stars. They're going to show the globe curve or the curvature of the planet and throughout this whole thing. But they got to start in the beginning, creating your beginnings. And showing you your nothingness with cartoons. So this is implanted in your parents' and grandparents' subconscious as just this is our reality. This is science created what you think you came from. Religion doesn't ask any questions or anything. There's no that's another program that gets installed where there's this gap, this not knowingness. But science is just out there so it can control and manipulate the next storyline. So the computer age, which is what Lucy's getting ready to explain in this next step. So this step was to sell evolution and the foundations for time. So this was to sell your humanity, your existence here, how you physically got here. And then time, which goes through the movie Lucy, they're saying time is a singularity. Time is how you experience your reality. So when you can access more than 10% of your brain, you start going into 20, 30, 40%, which is all what the movie is all about. When they use a synthetic, they use a drug to do that. But they're telling you at the same time through a program, like this is what your reality is all about. She explains these little subtle cues, and Morgan Freeman is there to lock it all in as the leading scientist, the brain scientist of the whole planet. And then basically you just get your like boom boom pow, like like the Black Eyed Peas. They just play this music right in your head, and your subconscious is programmed. And that's the end of it. That's the gist of it all. You just are born from nothing. You live on this planet full of destruction and natural selection, which is subject to people with bigger brains than you. The university system is the place that has the bigger brains. You can do nothing about it. There's the curve of the planet because you don't have any money. You don't know how to access this place, this reality, beyond what these scientists have created as your field of experience. And then you just go about your business. You just, go back to work, figure out the next movie to watch, figure out the next story to tell your kids based upon what the university has set up for you to just believe in, and continue that storyline going generation after generation. And as long as we don't ask any questions about what's going on, and we don't just like all Christians. So this is the Big Bang. Got it started with a Big Bang. They got it started with a Big Bang. And now she accessed all of her brain now. She doesn't have a dinosaur brain anymore. She has the full human brain from monkey evolution, synthetically placed. So now she can travel through time and experience her reality, stop time, control humanity, sit in her little office chair and spin around and fly in space. And you also see who they used as the Lucy. When their story, their supposed Lucy was in Africa. So this is, it's like double programming. So yeah, now she can stop time. She can access this whole space. She can fast forward space. She's going through this whole reality, and she has control of it. So she's going back in time now, and she's gonna go through the whole Iroquois in New York, and she's gonna go through dinosaurs. She's gonna go through all the way until she gets back to the original Lucy, and then play that God moment. So now the university system has created a synthetic version of experiencing your reality and maintain and being a lord of creation over time, to where they can go back in through time, through dimensions, stop time, have control over matter, have control over knowledge, all with brain power and no spirit connection, no soul connections. It's all about this. Now she's in a dinosaur place now. So this is the dinosaur program. Then there you boom, right back to the monkey evolution. Now she's God, and there's our beginnings, so-called beginnings of humanity, and she's playing the God now. So here's your up-to-date version of Deeds Taylor in 1940 on Fantasia, telling you what your history is about. A coldly accurate representation of creation. Now today, this is what it's all about. And science created this whole reality for you to experience. Consistently putting that curved earth in your face. Same thing like Fantasia. Now she's going to go all through what we just saw in Fantasia, from going back the opposite way. All the way through the lava and destruction, and all the way back to the cells. Once she gets so now she's at 99%. So this is supposed to represent. This background is supposed to represent like the part in the Matrix where it was all like white and you can pull up anything. Like you could, like he was gonna get, him and Trinity was gonna get those guns and go get Morpheus out of the Mr. Smith building, that whole thing. So these are the pillars of creation, so-called. They're Hubble pictures. This is how they validate NASA in this whole experience. So they got the curve, they got NASA, they got white supremacy in there, they got destruction, they got just like nothingness, blobs of nothingness coming out of the sky to create our planet, our galaxy, this is just Fantasia in a CGI version. Here's the other towers, that manipulative upside down world. Flip it up. Hear the sound of music. These are those soft destructions. Portal wormhole, that's CERN programming. This is that artificial synthetic melanin that they're putting in your face, back from 1 to 1 out to the singularity point of a single cell. So they took it one step even further. So, and she's gone now. So there's Morgan Freeman to lock it all in as the the person you believe on National Geographic telling you the story of God here 2 or 3 years later whenever Lucy came out. But I just wanted to share that and kind of like give another perspective on how these movies play into the science community and how we understand ourselves and the conditioning and programming that goes on in the child mind and in our adult life. So I'll leave it there. Till next time, peace, love, harmony.